Since I got back into archery, I've kind of been die-hard limb-driven rest. I just think they're kind of bulletproof and they're hard to beat, especially like the Hamskeas that I've got on a couple of my bows. They're just hard to beat. But in an attempt to try to improve my knowledge, skill, my talents, what I'm comfortable with, for this bow, I decided to try out the MX2 Ultra Rest. This will be a new experience. I've never set one of these up before, so let's try this. There we go. It comes out like that. There we go. Well, that looks sharp. I even got the one with the Elite logo on it. Well, let's get it installed. Alright, so we got to take this screw out first. This one's got to come all the way off. Take that external clamp off. Then get the smallest little Allen they sent. We're going to loosen this one up. And then this just clips onto here. Loosen that some more. Mounts on there like that. I know some bows have like a little arrow or something. Elite doesn't seem to have that, so I'm just going to put it right in the middle of the burger hole. So I'm guessing that's the middle. Every other video I watched said don't snug this one too tight, just snug, kind of like that. And then we're going to put this one back on, and this is the one that really holds it in place. Like that. I am going to make some initial adjustments to this. So I'm going to break that loose for height. I'm going to run this up. Oh, other way. Oh, can you hear those clicks? Oh, I guess I'm like maxed out right there. Okay. Maybe I need to move that up. All right, so what I've done here is actually moved the rest up because where I initially set that was actually too low. So now I've got it set about where I want that to be, which is my bottom of my arrow running through the middle of the burger holes. So that's about where that's going to be. So that's what we're going to work with. Let's get a D-loop on there. I'm just doing a bottom knot. If you watched my video when I got the limb swapped on my MXR, this was one of the things that the bow shop recommended because it's a lot more controllable than just a normal lighter to get that in there. I got that backwards already. I'm not getting too carried away with this loop because I know I'll probably move it or change it or cut it. So as I work through this process. Being this 23 material, you want to make sure you leave plenty to melt down. Come out of juice. And there's our preliminary D-loop. Just a little bit of wobble. Perfect. Oh, the other thing we should probably do while we're here is tie in my down cable. Tuck that through there, put a nice burn on it. It's got a big knot. I can pull that tight. I want that kind of turned to the outside like that, and then we can work on it from here. Another adjustment I wanted to make is right down here. I'm going to set this at. Oh man, that is snug. Is it supposed to be that tight? I want to make sure that's set exactly at 13/16. Which looks like it needs to come out just a hair. There we go. That is set at 13/16 now. It flips down a little better now. I think we're kind of reached the point where I can put an arrow through it. So let's go over to the paper, pop it through the paper, and just see what it looks like. That's not a bad hole. I'm going to pull that and try it again, just to make sure it looks the same. These are going to be pretty easy to clean up. And then on here it tells you if you got a tail right or tail left. So we got a slight tail right. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to give this, it's not much. And this set technology is pretty reactive. So I'm going to give it just like an 1/8. And then I'm going to do the same down here on the bottom. Still a little tail right. So we're going to make same adjustment. I'll go probably another good 1/8 and just see if that's enough. Ooh, that's dang close. Still, biggest thing we're showing now is tail low, so we're gonna go make that adjustment. All right, so we are point high, tail low, which means we need to come down on the rest just a click or two. So that's 0, so let's go. That's the wrong way. Let's go like one line and just see if that gets us there. Woohoo, I think we might be there. We're still a little point high. We're gonna make a little more adjustment to that. Looks like our height's cleaned up. We might still have just a touch tail right. So we're just going to add a little more set. It's pretty. These were the first couple. We made some adjustments, made some more adjustments. We adjusted the height. And then this was our last one, which is not quite perfect, but again, I'm not looking for a perfect bullet hole. When it comes to paper tuning, I'm not looking for a perfect bullet hole because I don't think this is the end all of tuning. This one right there, which is close, tells me I'm close. So let's go shoot it outside and we'll bare shaft it on the target and see what that looks like. It is now time to bare shaft tune. So the first thing we're gonna do is shoot a bare shaft and compare that to a fletch shaft and just see what they're doing. Now I'm set up at, I don't know, like 17, 18 yards here. Not quite 20. Whew, that came out straight. I know these look like they were flying straight, but bare shaft comes out straight. That always looks good. That was almost hit right on top of each other. Let's go have a look at them. So initially what I'm looking for is, yeah, they're basically landing parallel. That is exactly what I want to see. If you look at them this way, they're pretty dang parallel. If anything, this bare shaft might be nose down just a hair. The rest might need to come up just a touch. Well, with that being that good, I usually would bare shaft tune a little bit and play with it to clean it up, but you know, these are, man, those are just about perfect. You know, if they were sitting, you know, sideways like this, that would be an issue. Or if one was really high and one was really low, but they're not. They're perfectly parallel left and right, up and down. So I'm going to screw a broadhead on and we'll move on to the next step. It's been a couple days since I set my bow up and I realized I left out a couple things that would probably be important to you. I have since put a bunch of arrows to this thing. The bow's a pleasure to shoot. But this rest, let's talk about the rest. The most important thing that I left out was realizing I didn't show you how I timed it. So the way I did it is I just ran the string through here. I left the screw underneath just loose enough that it would hold but allow it to slip. And I would draw the bow, and then on this cord, I just pulled it back about a 1/4 inch and tightened it down. That's how I timed the rest. I have since put it on the draw board and confirmed that that is about perfect, so that the launcher blade over here, about the last inch and a half of draw is when this thing goes from cocked to all the way up. It's worked out really well. Getting it timed was one of the things I was worried about because I was told that was the most complicated part, but it was kind of a one-shot thing and the timing worked out perfectly. Now something else with the rest, when I initially got it, when I first put it up and I'd flip it down like this, it was getting stuck like that. It wasn't going all the way down. And these things have an internal break in them so they don't hit and then bounce back up during the shot and hit the vanes as the arrows go by. But I have noticed after putting, I don't know, probably 20 shots through it, that it now flips down, stays down, flush with the shelf. Hasn't been an issue. For some reason, I'd convinced myself that cable-driven rests were more complicated than they really are. I know this is kind of the top of the line, and honestly, it's set up easy. It's tuned easily. I just set it 13/16. I set the height where I want it. I had to make a little bit of adjustments when I was paper tuning. I made a couple small adjustments when I was doing broadhead tuning, and it's shooting great groups now. In the box, it comes with a handful of other little things. You get a little packet here. It's got the football in case you don't want to run your down cable through your cable, or your rest cable through your down cable. You can just clamp it on. They include some plugs for your burger holes, a couple sleeves to put on there so that it doesn't scrape the arrow. I don't think it's that loud. I'm not too worried about it. But the one that I thought was funny, that I like, is they send you with this little tiny pocket knife. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I have a pocket knife. I'm loving the bow. The rest, it's nice. It's so sleek. It doesn't take up hardly any room. Fit and finish on it is beautiful. And the setup is not near as complicated as I convinced myself it was going to be. Yeah, this is set. Come back. I've got more videos about this bow coming.